I'm Zane Redfern, home decorating enthusiast and creator of At Home with Zane. So today I want to share with you a few of my tips on what I do to record my videos. So over the past year and a half, I've had people ask me if I use a digital camera or if I use some sort of expensive camera or software to record my videos. And I do not. I actually have an iPhone 7 and I've done every video that you have ever seen was from my iPhone. So I don't have a camera and I have never used one. I've always recorded from my phone. But I'm going to share with you a few of the things that I've purchased and a few of the things that I've used that I think are really cost effective. And if you're looking for different ways that you can make the quality of your video a little bit better, then maybe you can take some of these options and use them in your videos as well. There are certainly people out there who have really high-tech cameras. They have very expensive lighting, and their videos are just top-notch quality. But if you are just a general YouTuber like myself, I haven't invested that type of money into my video equipment. However, I did invest a little bit of money because I wanted to have decent lighting, I want to have decent sound, and things like that. So the first thing that we're going to start with is your lighting. I'm going to include a link in my video description of the lighting that I purchased, and it's from Limo Studio, and it's just two freestanding umbrella lights, but they make a world of difference. They work really well in the evening time. They work well with natural sunlight. They work really well in settings that don't provide much lighting at all. So for a very inexpensive cost, I want to say, and I'm not sure because I've had mine for a while, the price has probably changed perhaps, but I believe I paid $40, and I'm an Amazon Prime member, so I got like 2-day shipping, I think, on it, and the shipping was free. So I paid $40, I believe, and I got 2 umbrella lights, and then I got an extra light that is identical to the umbrella lights, but it doesn't have an umbrella on it. So you can use that as just a freestanding light with a bulb, and it works really, really well. So that was the first thing that I wanted to do. As soon as I first started recording my videos in the very beginning, I didn't have any lighting. And so now when I look back at some of the videos that I did when I first started my YouTube channel, you can definitely tell a significant difference in the quality of the lighting versus now and versus then. So this is a very inexpensive, cost-effective way that you can introduce some nice lighting without having to make a huge investment in really expensive studio lights. So the first thing that I would share with you is trying to find a good lighting source, and I'm going to include a link in my video description for that. Lots of cameras have beautiful clarity. They're really great quality. But oftentimes with an iPhone, depending on where you're videoing, they don't always have that type of quality. And a lot of the Androids don't. So the first tip with the lighting is to try to find some umbrella lights or something that's going to brighten up your space. The other thing is, and this is something that I notice when I watch a lot of videos, and it's something that a lot of people don't necessarily know. It's a little known fact, and a lot of people do. With your iPhone, if you've ever noticed when you're watching someone's video and 1 minute it's bright and then it will flicker, it gets a little bit lighter, and then it goes back up again, and as they move around, it gets lighter and it gets darker, and the lighting changes. That's because there is a setting on your phone that is called AE lock. And the way that you do that is once you have your iPhone set to record, you press on the glass and it will flicker, and a little box will pop up, and there will be a little sun next to it. You slide that sun up or down, and it will make it brighter or it will make it darker. What it does, and is so important, is it prevents all of those different changes in your lighting. As you can see right now, as I'm moving my hands around and I'm picking stuff up and dropping it, obviously, the lighting has stayed exactly the same. If you don't have AE lock on and you're using an iPhone, you are going to get all kinds of different lighting and flickering, and it will be dark and then it will be bright, and it's all over the place. So just doing that one little thing will improve your lighting and the quality of your video from your iPhone tremendously. Even without purchasing lights, you're going to get a much better picture that way. So it's AE lock. Just simply press your finger down on the glass. You'll see a little box pop up. You'll see a little sign that says AE lock. And now you know that your screen is locked from doing all that transparent movement and making, you know, your videos in and out, in and out. And then you can also focus in on a specific item or a specific person, and you can adjust by moving your finger up and down on the little sun. You can make it brighter, you can make it darker. I see this so often, and I by no means am a professional photographer or videographer, so it's certainly not meant critically, but it's something that I always want to reach out and go, oh my goodness, there's a setting for that, because a lot of people are not aware that that setting even exists. And so even when you're taking a photograph, you can lock it and you can set it, and it's not going to give you that flickering change. So that's really important, and it's something that you can fix at the snap of your fingers. The next thing that I want to talk about are some inexpensive alternatives for tripods and things like that. So I have a freestanding tripod that I use sometimes that I purchased on Amazon when I first started recording, and I can tell you now I have never been pleased with it. So I'm not even going to share that with you because in my opinion it's kind of been junk. I do have a clip-on tripod that clips onto a surface, and then you can bend it and you can twist it, and it will, you know, be front facing, or you can face it down on something. To be honest with you, I don't use that one a lot either, because I'm not someone who does a lot of videos where I'm having the camera pointed down on something and I want to show you something underneath. If you are someone who does a lot of photography like that, like if you want to do a DIY and you want to have the camera above you, that's a great tripod to buy because it clips on and it bends and turns and does all sorts of things. And I purchased that at Target, and if I can find the link to that, I will include it in the video description. But I definitely have the link to the lights. And I will look to see if I have the link to that tripod, and I will share that with you if I do. If not, it is by Bytech, B-Y-T-E-C-H. It was relatively inexpensive, and I purchased that at Target. The other thing is, and what I am recording on right now, and I love these, are just these simple little tripods like this. They're metal, and they have little rubber feet on the bottom, which you may not really be able to see because they're clear, but it keeps it from sliding around. This moves up and down, and you can do all sorts of things with it. So if you position it where you want it to be, and then you can bend it down and place your camera on it, then it sits perfectly still, and you can move it up or you can move it down. You can set it on something to raise the height, and this is something that I use all the time. I have 2 of these. These are my go-tos whenever I am recording something like this, where I just want to sit down and talk. That way it's stable, it's sturdy, and it's very, very, very inexpensive. I do have the link to this. I will include that in my video description, and I purchased these on Amazon. So one of the things that the next piece to this is to talk about stabilization and different things you can use to stabilize your camera and do things very cost effectively. And this is certainly one of those tools. And so the last thing that I want to talk about is audio. So when you're doing a video and you are sitting a distance away from your camera and you don't have a wireless mic or a microphone that's cordless or corded, oftentimes you get sort of a distant echoing sound, and you also can pick up a lot of background noise, and it's just not as clear. It's almost like when you turn your radio on in your car and you have the treble set all the way up and it's really high pitched, or your bass. So what a microphone is going to do is it's going to give you more bass when you're talking. And so I have tried, and if you have an iPhone, this is really important if you want to try to find a microphone that works really well. It's very difficult to find a microphone, at least it has been for me, and I have spent probably a couple $100 trial and error on microphones that will work, that are cordless with my iPhone, and I haven't found anything that I've ever been thrilled with, so I've sent all of them back. So I did find a microphone that I absolutely love. It was only $10. It is corded, but it is a clip-on microphone. So it does have a lapel clip. It clips on, and then there's a really long cord that attaches to your phone. And it's certainly great for videos like this, where you're not walking around and doing a lot of movement. However, I have recorded with it where I have been walking around, and even just having this lapel mic makes all the difference in the world. And this is by Sabrinet, and it's a lavalier, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, lavalier clip-on microphone for mobile. And this is what the box looks like. And I'm going to include a video, a link in my video description of where I got this. I got this on Amazon, and it was only $10. And it comes with a little black case that you can store the microphone in. And then it just simply clips onto your shirt. It plugs into your phone. It is good for Androids or iPhones. And I'm telling you, audio makes all the difference in the world. And friends, I'm sharing this with you because when I first started doing my videos, it was trial and error. I used whatever lighting I could find. I tried to do the best I could. And so even though I will reiterate this, I am not a professional videographer. There are certainly people out there who have high-tech, expensive cameras, expensive lighting, expensive microphones that all work with those devices. If you are just a general YouTube creator like myself, where this is not something that you do for a living, it's something that you do, you know, as a hobby, these are inexpensive alternatives. These are just simply ideas that you can use if you want to try to create a little bit more quality videos with lighting and audio and you know, stabilization and things like that. So it's not in any way meant critically. It's just, you know, some of the things that I've used. And I've had people ask me over the years what camera I use, what lighting I use, and things like that. So I thought by just doing one video to share with all of you what all of these different pieces are, then you can certainly pick and choose whatever you like. And if you choose to use it, great. And if not, you know, then just keep doing whatever works for you. But I've found that these are things that have helped me in being able to make my videos, you know, a little bit more better quality for me than they were when I first started. Because it's all personal preference. You know, it's certainly whatever you put out there, you have to feel good with. And if you feel good with it, then just continue to, you know, keep doing it. But I just knew when I first started, I wanted, you know, my videos to look a little bit better. And so I just continue to keep trying to improve on that. So again, these are all just meant as basic little simple tips for all of you. So the microphone is something that I really can tell a huge difference in, and I'm going to share with you the difference between having on the microphone and having it off. So right now I have the microphone on and it's connected, and I will share with you a clip where I'm sitting right now just as I am with the microphone off, and you'll be able to see a huge significant difference in how the voice sounds. So here is me recording without my microphone on, and so as you can see, there is a significant difference in how my voice carries and how amplified it is. There is really a very big difference in the quality of how it sounds when you have a close lapel mic on versus talking at a distance to or through the microphone that is on your iPhone or your Android. So as you could see, that made a really significant difference. There was more bass in the tone of my voice, and it certainly sounded, you know, much more close up. And you can do a microphone test by simply tapping on the microphone like that. And so there's some different things you can do to sort of test your audio should you purchase one of these. Again, it was $9.99, Amazon, comes with a little carrying case. This is not a sponsored video. I bought this myself. I didn't ask them to send this to me. They're not promoting this. And I'll include a link in the video description in case you're interested in that. So the last thing that I want to share with you, and this is something that many people have asked me over the years, is do I use a video editing software? Well, with the iPhone, one of the most commonly used softwares or apps is iMovies. And I do use iMovies to edit my videos. And I love the fact that you can use the YouTube Creator Studio, iMovies, and your iPhone and just do it all right there. I don't go to my computer to do anything with my videos. I do it from my phone. I edit it in iMovies on my phone. I add my music. I split my videos. I do all of the editing right from my phone. I upload it to YouTube from my phone. I go into YouTube Creator and I add my my video clip, you know, which is the picture you see when you see my video. All of that is done directly from my phone. So that's been a very convenient thing for me, because if I had to go to a computer after recording and plug stuff in and all of that, I can tell you it's not something I would probably still even be doing today, because I need something that's quick and convenient. Now, if I ever get to a level where, you know, I want to invest in more high quality equipment and lighting and audio and all of that, then certainly I would take that extra step to go, you know, to a device that I could connect to my computer. Because I will say this, I think you have a lot more options when it comes to using a software that you can use on your computer. iMovies is pretty limited. They have a few little things you can do, but in general, it's pretty limited. The music that comes with iMovies, not a lot of a selection there. And so oftentimes I go outside of iMovies, I go to iTunes and things like that, and I will purchase my own music. So friends, I hope that all of these tips, one of these tips, any of these tips have been helpful and useful for you in helping you improve your videos going into the new year. I appreciate all of your support. I look forward to watching each and every one of your videos. I hope that you will continue to achieve your dreams in 2018. You know, if producing videos on YouTube is something that you want to do, I am here to encourage you to continue following that dream. Follow it is what you want to do, and I look forward to many videos from all of you and sharing my videos with you in 2018.